How's everybody doing today? My name's Matt. I do a little show called The Awakening Angler Daily Fishing Show. Today is February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day to the love of my life, even though she's not a big fan of Valentine's Day. I brought her home a bagel this morning as a Valentine's Day present because she loves bagels and she loves me. So it's a win-win situation. I'll turn this just a touch. Try to get the sun in my face without being in my face. So I drove down to Syracuse this morning to the VA. I left my house at 7:30 and the sky was clear blue, the sunshine was up, and I don't care what time of year it is, when you get to be out in the sunshine, it makes you feel better. I don't think anybody can deny that. And you know, it just made me, everything that I've been thinking all morning for the ride down and back has just been positive and spinning and I think I have a feeling in my head it's more like this as opposed to like this. So I would think it goes around like that. Spinning. And there's so much stuff going on and there's so many great things and I'm meeting so many people and I'm having such wonderful conversations and my idea factory is in overdrive and most of it is centered around Walleye Fest. But I get that vibrational feeling right now in me when I start to talk about this stuff. You know, you're starting to see this train build up speed. And it's not been overnight. And we got a long way to go. But you can feel it. You know, when you see that train first start out and its wheels are going like this, but it's not going anywhere because it hasn't started yet. It's just spinning. And you got 800,000 tons of steel out of control behind you, but you got to get them rolling first. And so the experienced train conductor starts off gradually and gets all of that moving in one direction. And then once you feel that lack of resistance and you start to move forward, now you can put the coal to it. You can put it right to the floor and whoa! Now she's screaming downhill, screaming. And that momentum is contagious. And that momentum gets everybody on board. And we're screaming down the tracks at 140 miles an hour, hair on fire. Whoa! That's where we're headed. That's where we're headed. That's where we're collectively headed. I'm all hopped up on vitamin D today. But it makes me think, not every idea we have is right. Not every idea we have is good. But it only takes one person to truly believe in what they're doing and saying to make it work. And that one person is the one that's in control of everything. And it's this person. It's you, it's me, it's each of us. I've been told no. I've been told it won't work. I've been told a lot of things. I've been told, and I not like mean or whatever, just people that disagree with me. Okay, and I take all that into consideration, and my mind isn't pre-made up. But when I start something and I go like this with it, it starts rolling. And then it really starts rolling. And we're rolling. We're rolling. We're rolling. I could sit right here and just bask in this thing all day long. Feels like the end of March. I hear all the birds chirping. Feels like spring. It's not supposed to be yet, and I hope this doesn't hurt us. And I mean us, meaning our world, our environment. I hope we don't have terrible droughts this summer, and I hope we don't have, whatever. I hope the farmer fields have plenty of rain and our crops grow big and strong. But it's hard to complain when you sit here and you feel this. And it is February. It's the middle of February. The exact middle of February today, because I think February's got 28 days. So we're rolling and we've got the momentum and we're going to keep building on it. There's all kinds of great stuff going on all around Central New York. You have the auto show and the boat show simultaneously this weekend between the On Center and the State Fairgrounds. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be to both. Because they're both offering something I'm looking for, baby. And so there's that cool stuff going on. And boy, with every passing day, the sunshine has kind of been a blessing in this warm, oddly enough, some places the ice is still holding. So we're still ice fishing, and I've seen pictures of people ice fishing these last 3-4 days in t-shirts, which is awesome and funny, and hopefully it's a one-off and we never see it again. We actually have wintertime again. But back to our momentum. When you believe in what you're doing, and that goes for anything and anyone, when you believe in what you're doing is right and correct and good, then anybody else that gets on board with you is going to push that throttle down even harder. And those kind of things are contagious. And I think of the old, one of my favorite movies of all time by one of my favorite actors, Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. And then the recurring cliche thing is build it and they will come. That's what we're doing with Walleye Fest. And it's not just me. Well, please don't think that this is all just me. I've partnered with an event group that knows how to do this stuff, really knows how to do this stuff. Big time knows how to do this stuff. And I have people coming to me and saying, hey, I want to be a part of this. Do you need help? And to all those people, we'll do a couple housekeeping things now. I'm still on the fence. My first instinct is if you're a part of the Derby, you can't fish the Derby. And that's so, in my opinion and my mindset right now, and I could be talked into otherwise, my mindset is that the Derby committee and all of the people that are helping should be excluded from participating. With everything that happened last summer and such a high profile deal with fishermen cheating, I don't want any semblance that anyone will ever say to me or anybody else, that was shady. Something, that wasn't right, or that was a little slippery, none of that. Because that's not what any of this is about. That is not what any of this is about. This Derby and this weekend and this festival is about showcasing Central New York and the absolute jewel that Lady O is to all of us. And that's what this is about. It's about East End, West End, Middle. It's about Syracuse and Utica and Rome and Central New York vibe. CNY strong, that kind of stuff. Because this has been around since 1979. This is the 44th year of this Derby. It was the Lions Club Derby, and the Lions Club unfortunately can't do it anymore. And also, unfortunately, these civic groups, the median age in these civic groups, if they even have people that want to be a part of these kind of groups anymore, is old enough to where they just don't have the people that want to pull off something like this. And so we got together, myself and my partners, and said, this is important to us. It's important to me. It's important to a lot of people. It was always something to look forward to. It was the start of the season. everything. It was the first time you'd put your boat in the water. It was the first time out fishing. It was a big deal. It was opening day. Now, New York State took that away from us when they changed to a calendar day. Even though they had a calendar day, it just wasn't the same date year after year. So we're not letting them take that away. We're keeping it, and we're making it better than ever. And the timing will always and forever be that first Saturday in May. That's the weekend, because some years you're going to have opening day on a Sunday. We're not doing the Derby then. It's always going to be a 2-day Derby, and it's always going to be on the first Saturday in May, like it has been forever for its previous 43 years. So those kind of things are some of our housekeeping issues that we'll be talking about. For everybody that's signed up already to be on the mailing list, I'm telling you right now, especially everybody that gets on the mailing list before March 1st, which is when tickets are going to go on sale, there's going to be a little added bonus in there just for getting everybody to participate and sign up for the mailing list. And you're going to start seeing information directly from me this week. And get that hype machine going and figure out how all of us can collectively spread the word to make this something that all of Central New York takes notice of, fishermen or not. And that everybody around comes together and supports and comes out and has fun at. Because if it's not fun, no one's going to do it. And my thought is, if we can get people to the festival grounds, whether they're fishing or not, at that point, if we can't show them a good time, then we haven't done our job. But I believe we've already done a great job with everything that we've got lined up. And this is the first year. And I'm not necessarily one to go, it's the first year, we should throttle it back and take it easy. That train, remember the train? Remember the train? So if I start and jump in when it's at full speed, then it's only ever going to get better and greater every single year after that when we do it. I don't want to say that. Gotta watch how you say things sometimes. The verbiage itself. I can't wait. I'm dying to. I'm looking forward to. All of those things, if you looked at just those words, aren't terribly positive, or at the very least, you're sending out a mixed message. And I don't always have the right verbiage for stuff like that, but I can envision a day years and years from now where someone else is running it and someone else is caring for it and someone else is showing the country, the Northeast, what we have right here in Central New York. It's amazing, 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 because it is. I want to show everybody where I'm from. I want to show everybody in the Northeast where I'm from, where I call home, where my home waters are. I started fishing in the Night Lake when I was 3 years old with my grant. I got a picture too, catching a crappie in, I think, Billington's Bay with a Zebco 202, black and white. And the reel was molded right into the handle. I want to show and share what we have with everybody, even if it's just one weekend a year. I want everybody to know what Central New York's all about and how awesome it is and how incredible the people are here and our hospitality and everything that we have to offer, because we have an incredible amount to offer, incredible amount. And the diversity of what we have to offer, I would put it up against any other state in the union for natural beauty, for quality of fishing, for ability to be on the water, all those things. I'm telling you, I'm all hopped up today on sunshine, right there. Right there. I can hear geese over in the distance on the other side. I had a friend of mine tell me yesterday that he saw 2 pintails. And he thought they were coming back north, not still going south. Pintails. And for those non-duck hunters in the world, pintails are as fair-skinned and as frail, even though they're a big bird, as a wood duck or a teal. the first sign of it getting cold, they diddy mile, boy, fast for southern places that are warmer. So he saw 2 pintails yesterday. And I even asked him, I'm like, you mean the divers? You know, which are old squaw, or what they used to call old squaw, and now they call something else. He goes, no, the puddle duck, pintails. I would not be sure how I would feel if we started seeing the migration coming back north already in the middle of February. That would be such a dramatic and drastic change. And maybe Mother Nature maybe Mother Nature is only going on signals and they don't have a clock or a calendar or anything like that. And so maybe these natural signals are here to stay, you know, and now all of a sudden, because the last 2 years we've had spring, no more snow, spring, before St. Patrick's Day. And now again, as a kid that grew up in central New York, I grew up in Beeville, I graduated from Central Square. I remember a lot of years going to the Syracuse St. Patty's Day parade dressed in snowsuits with a howling wind and a snowstorm. And to think these last 2 years we've had beautiful weather and no snow and clear ground before that parade, before St. Patty's Day. Boy, and now all of a sudden we're going to jump a month ahead of that and come even earlier. I don't know what that'll do. I can't imagine it would be good, again, for our ecosystem. Not us, but for our natural world, which we really should be paying more attention to. So I'm gonna stop for a second. We're gonna go. Pierogies. Jesus, Rebel Seed. You're the most single-minded person I've ever met. I love it. Mark Webb, good morning. Scott DeGata, Gary Walters, Merlin, The Wiz, Tom Alexander, Eric Wisniewski, Rob H., Don Terry. Don Terry says 5 keeper perch so far. Ice is good for now. Snow is gone, which protected the ice yesterday. Don Terry, how's that new Smitty sled of yours from Terry Wicks Fabrication doing for you? Anything is possible. E-Tricks, Paul Messina, Scott Duranda, just Paul. A sunny day like this in winter is like magic for the body. You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. It's good for the soul, good for the body. I want to just start dancing. I saw 4 pins the other day. Stop it. I just can't believe that. How do I get on the mailing list? I'm not on social media. Tom Alexander, you can go today as soon as this is posted. You can go in the description and click the link. It says right on it, Walleye Fest. Or you can go to any of the other links in the last couple days, or descriptions on videos in the last couple days, and the link is in there as well. And if not, if all else that fails and you can't find either of those things, then Tom, you comment on this and I'll send you a link directly. George Parson, how you doing? How'd the VA appointment go? It went great. As soon as the nurse practitioner came in, she said, raise your arm, and I did, and she goes, it's not a rotator cuff. I'm like, oh, really? She goes, no. She goes, you wouldn't be able to, if it was torn that bad, you wouldn't be able to move it. She comes over and like every doctor does, they start poking and pressing and stuff, and I'm like, that's the spot. She goes, right there, and she pressed on it again. I'm like, it gave me flashbacks to my mother. My mother was a famous one for saying, here, I'm just gonna look at it, I won't touch it. You get anywhere near and she'd touch it. I'm like, you can't be trusted. So she poked it again, and I'm like, yeah, right there. She goes, all right, that is where your bicep tendon comes up and attaches to this whole network up there. She goes, how bad is your pain? And I'm like, well, 3 weeks ago it was a 10. Today it's a 1. I said, but I have been fishing. I was casting off my dock a little bit, and I still feel it, you know. And I said, I got to get ready for open water season. I said, and I'm a jigger. I said, I'm a dirty jigger. I gotta get this limb limbered up. And she goes, She goes, well, I can give you a cortisone shot, and she goes, but the problem is cortisone shots are the most effective the very first time it goes into an area. She goes, so if you only have a pain of a 1, she goes, it would do you really no good to get a cortisone shot today. And then she goes, it's not rotator cuff. She goes, and if we do an MRI, then you have to have surgery. I guess it's a package deal. And she goes, but it looks like from your x-ray that you have some starting of arthritis up on the top. And then wherever these tendons connect and they go through like a channel, I don't want to do the graphic, but it goes through that channel, and I guess like carpal tunnel, they would go in there and clean out that channel because something's impinging something else, and that's what causes it. And then she goes, really, the best course of action is to continue the strengthening exercises that the physical therapist gave you, and try not to do anything dumb. I says, you have no idea who you're talking to. I'm the king of dumb. That is my kingdom. Dumb. Hey, let's do some dumb stuff. All right. God hates a coward, they say. So yeah, thanks, Paul. Yeah, it went great. So I'm gonna just increase my efforts on my bodybuilding, and my shoulder, and go from there. Thank God I got the best rod company in the country. Their sticks are so super lightweight. It's like you don't even have anything in your hand. So they're gonna jig themselves, really. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Have a great day. It's beautiful out. Even if it's only on break or at lunch, go outside for 5 minutes. Just stand in the sun like this. Man, believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. So believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Wrap your mind around your own ideas, and believe in yourself, man. Because we can do amazing things. Have a great day. Keep your tip up.